All right, welcome back to another episode of Anime Safe Space Podcast today. And joining us today is perhaps the most anticipated guest of all time. You guys have been blowing up our emails with it, just begging for him to join. And wouldn't you believe it, we got my brother on.
What's up? Everyone's heard about me.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, people were just DMing me. They were tweeting at us. They're just like begging for you to come on. So
Everyone knows of the legendary Exodus.
Yeah, Exodus, sometimes Exodus505, Exodus504, you know.
The girls call me Sexodus.
No, yep. there's the first pun of the day, Jake.
First pun. first pun of many.
Might have to get a pun counter going here.
We are definitely going to do this.
But yeah.
What's your job, Jake?
1.
Well, I think we can go ahead and get started into our first topic. You're what we would consider maybe not an alcoholic, but an alcohol enthusiast, Tyler.
That's right. That's the difference.
I mean, borderline alcoholic possibly, but he likes his beer. So I wanted to know what your guys' favorite alcoholic anime characters were. If you have any in mind, like, you know, they get drunk all the time, or like they just love beer, or.
Oh, you already know me and Jake's answers, so.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say who, but Grand Blue, obviously.
Iori.
Yeah.
It's obviously Misato from Gurren Lagann.
Oh yeah, my favorite anime Gurren Lagann, and my favorite anime character Misato from there.
Exactly. Or from Neon Genesis. I'm trying to think of actually like other alcoholic characters that I can think of, like where that's like one of the legitimate traits.
I mean,
I don't know why. Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I feel like half the people in Konosuba are alcoholic.
Not wrong.
There's Vanessa from Black Clover.
Yeah, I mean, there's also the main character's sister from Hina Matsuri, the mafia dude. I forgot her name, but I mean, she's a strict alcoholic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Hina Matsuri.
From me, my Yuta Camp plug coming in here, Toba Sensei from Yuta Camp.
Oh, that's true.
Love her. She's one of my favorite alcoholics. And I don't know if Gintoki's an alcoholic, but
he likes to drink.
He likes to drink. So
he's an alcohol connoisseur. Difference. He's a taste tester.
I mean, he can hold his beer until a certain arc. You know what?
Until it all comes down.
There's a certain arc there where it's a pretty scandalous tale. And for those Gintama listeners listening in, you guys probably know what arc we're talking about.
The two of you that are out there. And it involves a certain homeless man.
Yeah. Think they have more alcohol characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys just mentioned Grand Blue. I think that's fucking cheating, considering that's just.
It's a show about diving. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
that is true.
Grand Blue Fantasy.
No, Grand
Blue Dreaming.
Oh,
you never heard of that, have you?
No.
It's a comedy anime about diving, except they go diving twice and they get drunk every single episode. And I think actually surprised you haven't seen it.
Does it have a fighting game about it though?
It needs to be your next anime you watch.
Does it though? But is it a fighting game?
No, and I'm sure the Grand is there even a Grand Blue Fantasy anime like the?
I think there is actually.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
so there's even a Grand Blue like fighting game.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. That's where the fighting game came from, but it mainly came from a phone game, I think.
Yeah, and just to clarify, guys, there's a Grand Blue Fantasy and then a Grand Blue Dreaming. I don't know why they chose the same like names. Oh, and also, fun fact: there's an anime also called Grand Blues. So there's 3 things that sound the exact same to each other.
Okay.
They're all.
Isn't there some other anime that's coming out this season that's Grand Blue something as well?
Then it's probably Grand Blue Fantasy that we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is fantasy. I remember seeing it on the popular crap.
I can say it's pretty big right now. As the good Lord once said, all good things came from Gacha. Remember that?
Does that count as a pun, Jake?
That's not a pun.
It's not a pun.
That's just one of his many jokes.
It's not a joke.
That's definitely a joke.
I'm a religious man, and he told me this.
You worship
what
I'm so religious. That was Revelations 21:6.
Yeah, well, I'm sure somebody can look that up and fact check it, but
Actually, but I'm kind of sad you guys didn't catch that. You guys never played Fallout?
oh god. No. Well, there's gonna be a lot of references we don't get, and then
that's that whole like verse that they like pound into your head like in the first hour of the game. That's
Fallout
the one
3 or which one?
Fallout 3. You don't remember that? It's like I'm the alpha and the omega at the beginning and the end. That whole thing.
I played Fallout 3 when I was 8, so
I mean, you should remember that. Some powerful stuff for an 8-year-old to remember.
yeah, I mean, all I remember from Fallout 3 is just deleting your save file. So
yeah, I'm still kind of I'm not even mad anymore. I'm just impressed about it. Like where I went out of my way for 5 fucking minutes to tell you how to not delete my save file, and then you got upset saying I know, and then you still managed to do just that.
Yeah.
2 seconds later, that's a feat.
Well, I haven't done that.
That is impressive.
Yeah,
anymore,
it is
so.
impressive.
I haven't done that ever since. So I think that's character growth. But
there you go. You want to underwent a redemption arc. You've had your own save deleted multiple times to where you've learned the error of your ways. But onward, what was the topic? It was characters in anime.
Oh, it's alcoholic characters. I mean, that's how this show usually goes. We just like somehow go on like a random tangent and just forget what topic we're on. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Okay, someone died and came back. Who was that?
Yeah, we just resurrected Jake.
Also, Ethan, we're forgetting about one character. Zoro.
Well, I haven't got to the part where he's drinking yet, and like he can hold his alcohol, so that's why I don't really
There's not really so far. There's never like a time where he drinks excessively, but the man can sniff out sake from like 200 miles away.
Yeah,
so.
he's definitely an alcohol enthusiast. Yeah, and him and like all of the Straw Hats basically, except like Usopp, they can hold their liquor. So, yeah.
Actually, I have another contender. If we're willing to bend the rules of what's an anime, does Crow count?
From Ruby? Oh, they're gonna get your ass for bringing up Ruby.
So Crow is the best alcoholic in anime, hands down.
That is true. Until like he just became a bad character in the last volume.
Yep. Hey, he was a bad parent the entire like show. Let's be real.
Well, I said bad character.
I
think he's a good character until the last volume.
But does Ruby have any good characters though?
I mean, aren't you a Yang stan?
I am, but they managed to butcher the most basic archetype imaginable 2 seasons in.
I mean, that's Rooster Teeth for you.
Yeah, her archetype is, hey, I'm strong, hot, and I punch shit to death. And they managed to make that into an emotional mess 2 seasons later. So
I call that development.
No,
I mean it's probably what like the opposite of development is, Jake.
Yeah, it's development. Get it?
There's another pun.
There you go. See,
Who?
It was good. Took some skill, but yeah.
It took 0 brain power at all.
So since this is an anime podcast, I like to show that Ruby is the best anime ever created.
Oh my God.
All your listeners can quote me on that.
I mean, you're lying because again, I think we mentioned multiple times. Not a single Ruby fan actually likes Ruby, and we're Ruby fans.
I know.
So, I think even the Ruby fans listening should agree. I don't think any fucking person watching Ruby actually likes Ruby.
I feel like each fan watches it hoping that it somehow gets better.
I think it's just Stockholm syndrome on every Ruby fan.
Pretty much.
Just been there the whole time, forcing ourselves to like it, and then it's like, oh, we don't actually like it, but we're gonna give it all our attention anyways.
It's like maybe this episode would actually be good.
It's called insanity.
Nope. We have faith. Each episode has consistently delivered 1 or 2 okay episodes. So
What?
I said so. It's progress.
I think he meant to say season, not episode.
Oh yeah. I guess season. Each season has developed 1 or 2 okay episodes.
So make that into 1 season then.
I mean, pretty much. That's all they need to save it at this point. But Crow, best character of all time, or alcoholic at least. I'm trying to actually think of other characters.
I said for me, it's just Misato and then Toba Sensei from there.
I do like Misato a lot because she's like the only one that I think of like alcoholism as like whatever character trait but also she has an excuse given what she kind of went through in the course of the show. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, hold on. Or we can transition this into the Evangelion segment because, Tel, you mentioned last week you thought I wasn't going to finish Eva. I would like to say, fuck you. I watched all of Eva and I watched the movie. So,
wow, impressive.
Yeah. No. Hold on. Before you even go any further, this was 2 days after we were supposed to record. So we were kind of still right.
Okay. All right.
That makes I still would have been done. I still would have been done with the show before we were recording. I just watched the movie yesterday. So I still would have been correct. But yeah, watch the show and the movie. Sorry to the Eva fans out there. I don't think it was the deepest show ever created, but I still liked it a lot. And overall, I think the series is like a 9. I know Tyler's still watching it. I think he'd agree.
It's a solid 8 for me right now, but I like it.
The ending,
I had to finish it. I had to finish it and watch the movie too.
Without spoiling anything, the ending of the show just it's not what I was expecting, and it's a trip, and I don't know if it's like a good trip, but it's just like the biggest 180 in like anime existence. And then I don't know, I think it's a really pretentious ending, and then the movie ending was really good. I think the movie's maybe a 9.5, and all the movie really did was just make me hate the anime ending even more. So yeah, like, and I know the stories about like, overcoming depression and stuff like that. I'm somebody that's would exactly consider myself depressed, so I don't know if that resonates with me as much. So I looked at it more from a storytelling perspective, and the show did not explain a lot. I still recommend you, Tel and Jake, to watch the show, but yeah, I have like a lot of gripes with the show, but I also have a lot of praise towards it. So
sorry, that's going in the backlog as well because I have to finish The Sisters All You Need.
No, yeah, I was expecting that 10-page thesis you were supposed to read out on podcast, Jake. I don't think you typed it yet.
But do you think I'm able to type it? I have like 14,000 bullet points right now. I mean,
it is hard to type when you have one hand.
That is true.
But
yeah, it was good. I just have a lot of gripes with how some of the characters are at least handling situations in it. But like I said, I had to finish it. Like,
I mean, you're like 2 episodes or 3 episodes away from finishing it. So.
Yeah, I like the same gripe that like Ethan had is like Shinji goes through so much shit like in the last few episodes, and he seems to have learned a lesson from each event, but then he repeats the same mistake over and over again.
He restarts at the same point every episode. Yeah, like he'll go through shit. He understands character growth. He understands how to like overcome depression, and then he just reverts back to an even worse state.
And the world just feels weird because like it's a super fucked up world, but it feels like nobody except for 2 characters actually understands the gravity of the situation they're in. Like because like Shinji makes all these stupid mistakes and then tries to run away. It's like, oh, somebody else will fix this, and then everyone else acts like, oh yeah, we'll just find somebody else. And it's like, no, you can't. You literally have these 3 kids, and that's the entire hope that you have until you somehow find another kid and have to retrain him too. Or then anytime somebody does something that like the higher council doesn't like, they're like, oh, you knocked over this building, we're revoking your license for the next year. Tough titties for when the angels invade. I'm like, I don't get it. They just do a lot of weird decisions that seem like they would just hinder, the whole point of the show or the whole operation they're trying to run. But I mean, it's just weird.
Yeah, they pretend like the pilots are expendable in the show.
Yeah, exactly. They act like people are expendable in the show when literally none of them are expendable because of how critical the whole situation is.
The Evas are like tailor-made towards them, and then when every time they try a new pilot in them, that either fails or they die, and they show that they have like a graveyard full of Evas that are failed, and they keep going, oh well, we can just replace you guys. I'm like, no, you guys have established multiple times you cannot replace them, so quit being idiots.
Yeah,
but I don't know. A lot of the stuff in the show they don't explain. So
yeah, and just the whole thing with Shinji is like he's tried to run away twice, and each time he does, tons of people die, and everyone's getting their ass kicked, and then he takes so fucking long to decide whether to come back or not. And like the first time or second time, sure, but it's like the third time. What the fuck does he expect at this point? Yeah. Like literally, like I quit, and like all right, cool. And then as soon as he walks out of the building, literally everyone else he's like worked with is dying around him, and it's like, fine, I guess I'll come back. I'm like, oh my god, Shinji. It's like, what do you expect at this point? But I don't know. I'll finish it. I still like it a lot. I like the characters a lot. Asuka's a good character, even though she's kind of Misato's best girl. Asuka's kind of made me upset this past episode because she's just been an emotional wreck. But I mean, that's the whole point of her arc right now. But we'll see. Get my consensus once it's over. See if it could beat the pinnacle of anime, Darn in the Franxx.
Yeah, Darling in the Franxx is just a superior Eva. You've heard it here first.
Exactly.
Heard it here first.
Said
Franxx was so good.
Darn in the Franxx is the best 7 out of 10 anime I've ever seen.
It's a. I think I just recently did move it up to a either dropped it to a 3 or moved it up to a 5. I'm trying to remember.
I have it at 6. I think I have it at 6.
That is not a 6. It is a 5 at best.
It's a
6 at best because 1 to 0 2 kind of hot.
It's a 0 2
it was a good first half show until everything went to shit.
Yeah, let me check my analyst real quick. Which I suggest you get an analyst, so you can have your anime plugged in here. Analyst, if you're listening, somebody from Analyst sponsor us. I know you guys are I know you guys aren't really a company, but sponsor us anyways. Let me check my.
Such as Arknights, Genshin Impact. Anyone else?
That's right. So I dropped Route A down to a 3. Oh, they got it down to a 3 because fuck that show. And My Little Monster down to a 1.
I was like Route A, but that's so cool.
Oh. And I raised Darling to a 5. I need to drop that down to a 4.5.
Nope. Okay. No, you keep it at that 5.
You're
just jealous because you don't have the most expensive Nendroid in the world.
Yeah, you're 0.
She's the most expensive Nendroid for a reason, Ethan. She single-handedly carries the show.
Jake wants to talk about his Miku.
No. Let's go into the room of Ethan's brother. What do you have in your collection? If you could please give us a tour.
I have a 16-inch big black dildo sitting on my shelf. I have a Great American Challenge. It's also a dildo.
Why do you know that name? Why do you know that?
You never heard of the Great American Challenge? That was like a thing from like a long ass time ago. It was like the meme of a sex shop where like it was this impossibly thick dildo that would sit there, and the whole point was like if you can fit it, you can get it for free. Kind of like eating a big ass meal at a restaurant, but of course it was just comically huge.
Oh my god!
Did you look it up, Jake?
Yeah. It's on Amazon. $49.50.
49. That's actually a steal. Holy shit! Let me look.
There you go. See now you guys got to take the Great American Challenge. But no, I just have like a ton of Nendroids. I'm trying to complete my Trigger collection of Nendroids. I got Mako Mankanchoke, Sasuke Kiryuin, both from Kill la Kill. 02 from Darn in the Franxx, which, like I said, is the most expensive Nendroid in the world right now. At least last time I checked, it's going on average between $500 to $600 for some reason. I kind of don't know why, but whatever. I have 3 Made in Abyss ones with Rico, Reg, and Nanachi. Got a Futaba one from Persona 5 because she's best girl. You can quote me on that. And some 3 Overwatch ones, 2 Diva ones, and 1 Ashe. And I think it's it. And then the rest is like a million art books, mostly from Atlas. And then the other ones from artists who were artists for Atlas as well. So it's kind of the same thing. But yeah, it's my collection. Jake's just jealous.
Well, Futaba is not best girl. Just like to put that out there. Kasumire, I'll just say that right now. Kawakami and Makoto are all better. So
how dare you put Makoto up there?
Kasumi, come on, dude.
Okay, so Kasumi is pretty top too. She's up there with me too. Makoto, I would like her if she wasn't too perfect.
In awe on how freaking huge this is.
Are you still looking at it?
They didn't have it on Amazon.
I bet Kasumi can do the Great American Challenge. I bet Futaba couldn't. So I mean, I think Kasumi's better. So.
That is true.
I'm trying to think of all the characters who actually would. I'm pretty sure Kawakami would.
Yeah, we can say. So yeah,
or Haru. There we go.
You can join in us. Which Persona character do you think could do the? Which Persona character do you think could do the Great American Challenge?
Great American Challenge.
I think Akechi for one, and so Akechi.
Let me give you the specs. It is 10 inches
Yeah, I know Akechi can. Well, Joker's a twink, so I don't know. Akechi definitely can though. Kawakami for fucking sure.
Yusuke.
I don't know about Yusuke.
Definitely
Maybe
Yusuke.
not
Come on.
He'd try it.
I know you would try it. Yeah, and like not even.
I think Akechi would do it just to show up Joker. It wouldn't even be in a gay way. He just do it just to show that he can and Joker can't. So, yeah, Futaba wouldn't be able to, but I mean, that's just because she's precious.
No, that just means she sucks.
So she's innocent. But
she can't handle the monster.
Mona physically can't. I don't even want to think about that thought though.
Hey, you just brought it in your mind.
I did.
Actually, Oya probably could. She could probably take 2 of those, honestly.
Oya?
Yeah.
I like how you're saying that. That's how forgettable she is.
Exactly. The alcoholic chick that like nobody romances.
Oh, the
speaking of alcoholic, nobody even brought her up in the alcoholic topic because nobody cares.
That's how forgettable she is.
Definitely.
All the people that wiped her up.
The bartender was it Mama or what's her name?
Lala.
Lala definitely good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Lala is a drag queen, so yeah, I mean, most definitely.
There you go.
Anyone out there, please don't wife up Oya.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't played Persona and don't know what the fuck we're talking about,
do yourself a favor.
Go play Persona and then imagine which one can take a big black dick up their ass.
There you go.
They're gonna spend like 150 hours just trying to figure out
analyzing. Like, and then Ketchi's an obvious answer, I think, but
yeah, and on wouldn't be able to.
No, definitely can't. She has Kamoshida to worry
she's
about.
too much of a poser.
The politician.
She acts like a hoe, but she's never
which
seen
part?
me act.
Shido, or you mean what's his face?
Yes,
the son confidant.
Yes,
the son confidant.
Oh, him? Why, dude? What the fuck?
Because he's fat, dude.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah,
I feel like Shido would do just as a political power move. Honestly, he'd do it live on camera, just to show how much he's willing to take for the good of the Japanese people.
That's politics for him.
I mean, that is a good way to show like he's bearing the weight of all the Japanese citizens.
It's like that Black Mirror episode with that pig.
Exactly. Except Shido would like. Shido would. I was gonna say he'd fuck it twice, on and off camera.
Just to stop
He's like nothing.
After he recorded it, and then got posted online, he'd ask the guy that ran the whole thing if he can keep the pig.
Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, on the topic of Persona, I just wanted to know what's you guys' favorite video games. I already know my answer and Tyler's answer probably, but
yeah, Kanashiro can definitely fit a big black dildo in his ass.
He's using that as a segue into his favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I think we all share the same answer. I think. Maybe.
No, it's actually not.
Kingdom Hearts for you fucking creep.
It's actually not.
Oh well, before we get into your answer, I'll just mention that my favorite game is Persona 5 Royal. I think it's Tyler's too.
Yeah, I think it's my top game. And my number 2 game. Well, it bounces all over the place, but Ethan still hasn't beaten it for some reason. It's Nier Automata. He's already been finished yet.
Is it a better game than Danganronpa 2? Goodbye Despair.
Yeah,
that's
actually.
my second favorite.
And then my third, which I always jumping between second and third of those games, is Mass Effect 2. That game has a special place in my heart. Mainly because it's like final act. Like I don't think any final portion of a game can top Mass Effect 2's ending.
That's back when BioWare was good.
Yeah, when they knew how to make functional games. I'm still hurt. I remember I pre-ordered the special edition of Mass Effect Andromeda. Literally played it for 2 hours and just couldn't play it anymore. I even bought the goddamn pop figure at launch. My stupid ass, like an $80 version of Mass Effect and a pop figure, FemShip. Or it's not even Shepard, it's like whatever. It's a writer. I go play the game for 2 hours. Literally, I couldn't leave my damn ship because my character's feet got stuck in the floor, and then you do this slow ass shuffle walking across because you can't unstick your character once it's glitched like that. Finally, took me like an hour and a half just to leave the damn ship, did a mission. It brought me to this crafting system where you have to send people to go get materials, and then you use those materials to get blueprints, and then you send materials to complete the blueprints, and then once you complete the blueprint, you create a frame, and then you have to send people out to create materials to build the frame. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not playing this anymore. It's like I don't feel like doing gacha grinding systems in my third-person shooter, even though I like gacha games, but it has no place there.
Just sounds like you don't like peak gameplay.
No,
That's true.
It was atrocious.
Personally,
well, I want to hear what your favorite game is, Jake, since I thought it was Kingdom Hearts.
No, it's actually Cyberpunk 2077.
No, the game that had
game.
Oh,
exactly.
Oh, never mind. That got postponed.
That game is
again.
That game is easily best game of all time. To be real,
we're not gonna get it till 2077. We still got 50. We got 57 years left.
Honestly, like, and this, like, I do hope it's good, but part of me just hope that it gets delayed over and over again, and when it finally comes out, it fucking sucks.
That would be really sad.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Death Stranding syndrome, where everyone's like losing their mind over the game, and then it comes out, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's all right." Yeah, but I want this game to just be objectively bad. Just so I feel like we can all we're all sent on this roller coaster for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, from that gameplay I saw with the janky ass CQC, it looked bad.
So, it looked pretty bad.
I hope it's good, but yeah.
I'm sure it'll be good because I like the developer a lot. Because I don't know if you guys have played Witcher 3, but honestly, I fucking love Witcher 3.
I still have to play that actually.
It's a really good game. I probably put it in my top 10, honestly, just because it's such a well polished game, and the story of the game is actually pretty sick with the side quests too. I think that game probably has the best side content of anything, if that makes any sense. It's like where all the like side missions feel like unique stories or like little games in themselves. So, where unlike other missions, like, hey, well, actually they actually did put a mission in there like this just to make fun of fetch quests like that, but they actually put a very like existential story behind it, where there's this old lady that like lost her like cooking pan over in the river, and you had to go fetch it for her. But then like it goes into like tales about her like husband, you know, like dying out at sea and everything, and then his spirit possessed the lake, and then you have to like put down his spirit so he can pass on, and then she can overcome like the loss of her husband because the pan actually reminded, like, or just it was his pan, some weird shit like that. So it turned a stupid ass pan fetch quest into this really deep story about loss. So it's like Witcher 3 actually has some pretty neat stuff like that. But yeah, since they made that, I honestly think that Cyberpunk will objectively be a good game. It's just part of me like thinks it's not going to be as good as everyone thinks it's going to be, especially with all the bullshit that's been going on. It's like any game that like has been stuck in development hell this long never comes out good. That's just usually how it goes.
They set the expectations a little too high, I think. So I don't think it'll live up to any of its expectations, which isn't a bad thing. But
yeah, I think I just stopped like getting super hyped for games because it's like every game that I've been waiting for almost 10 fucking years.
Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Final Fantasy VII Remake, fucking Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 15, I think, like all those games. Which now I think about it, say, Square Enix. Fucking Square Enix has a track record of wasting my damn time for 10 years on the best game ever created, and then it comes out, I'm like, oh, this is okay, I guess. Where's this 10 years of work? Where'd it go?
Yeah. But yeah, do you have an actual answer, Jake?
Yeah, I was about to go into it, but had to say Cyberpunk. So favorite game of all time probably has to be Super Smash Bros. Melee. But if we're not going that route, I'll probably have to say Final Fantasy VII because I probably played that so much.
The remake, right?
No, like the original.
I know.
I played the original. I played mods of it. I've played it like difficult runs. I think I have like over like 20 completed runs on it. I still like it every single time. So that's my answer.
I guess like if we're going off that, technically, my favorite game would be Peter Jackson King Kong if it's based off like that and Metal Gear Solid 4.
Well, I don't think amount of times you played it matters.
Yeah, I was gonna say like because I love those games as a kid. Thinking back, I don't like them nearly as much. But yeah, I beat King Kong I think like 26 times for some reason. I don't know why I played that game so many fucking times, and I beat Metal Gear Solid 4 14 times. So, but those don't even make my top 10 at this point, even though like I objectively played the shit out of those games growing up because I loved them. But
yeah, well, I thought Jake was gonna say like Kingdom Hearts 2, considering he has like a hard on for playing that on critical.
Oh yeah, I did a level 1 playthrough, and that shit took me like 4 weeks just to beat it. It was ridiculous. The mobs hit you once and you're dead, and it is so frustrating.
Sounds like you haven't played Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, I've played Dark Souls 1. I still have to play Dark Souls 3. But it was like you have so much movement, and like some random ass motherfucking Heartless comes out of nowhere, out of screen, hits you with one little move, and you're dead, and you can't do nothing about it.
That just sounds like you suck.
Yeah, it sounds like you should. What the kids say? Get good, Jake.
Hey, why don't you talk about your Dead by Daylight experience as killer?
It's actually pretty great so far, Jake.
Hold on, before we go on to another tangent, tell Diablo.
Yeah, massively different from y'all's, but my favorite
Call of Duty.
I don't know. It's hard for me to say favorite game because it's more of a series, but the Batman Arkham series.
Yeah, those are.
I really thought you were going to say Wizard 101.
I thought he was going to say Ghost of Tsushima, considering how much you were praising that.
No, that one was a fantastic game. It was super fun, but it didn't scratch that itch that like the Batman Arkham series did. Although I will say, very close, and it nearly overtook the Arkham series was God of War, the newest one that came out.
Yeah,
that one was so much fun to play, and I played through it twice, 100%ed it on both runs, went through and like got all the Valkyries and everything like that. I mean, you can buff up your character to be super strong. You can take completely different routes compared to like depending on the runes and stuff like that.
Remember, I let Ethan borrow it and he never even beat it. He was mad because you didn't. Well, wasn't it Red Dead that you wanted at the time?
What do you mean?
Because like there was a game that you wanted to play but couldn't afford it, so I let you borrow God of War, but you were upset because it wasn't Red Dead.
No, it wasn't something like that.
There was like another game you wanted.
I was just never into God of War like that. I think I got to where you can start switching worlds or something, and then I just stopped playing. I was playing Spider-Man at that time, probably anyway, so maybe that's why I immediately started playing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
So, and I just didn't touch it since, because I started Spider-Man and I didn't put it down until I beat it, and then I just didn't touch God of War after that. So it might have been
excited for the Miles Morales?
I am, but I don't have a PS5 and I don't plan on getting one for months.
Well, I mean, it's out on PS4 also, I think.
No, it's a PS5 game.
It's a PS5
pretty sure it's on
PS4 game.
Yes, I'm pretty sure
it's on PS4 too.
Are you serious? Because I won't buy it.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive. I watched a PS4 review because the PS5 didn't come out yet. That's what the reviewer said.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, do you not listen to announcements?
Yeah, no. If you're being dead serious, I'll buy it on.
No,
PS4.
it's a PS5/PS4 game.
Yeah,
it's been like that. There's like differences.
Oh, it
between
is.
The two.
Wow. All right, I'll buy that. I'm buying that. Holy shit! I did not know that.
Don't buy it.
It's one of the games.
Then I am excited for Miles Morales. It's $50, but it's not as long as.
$10 less, I guess.
It's not as long.
Well, that's
as
what I was saying.
So.
I thought it was gonna be like $40 or $30, but I mean, 50 is fine.
So I actually just might buy it. I was gonna buy Yakuza Like a Dragon, but I really like Spider-Man. So.
Oh, you mean that game I literally just bought right now?
Did you buy it?
Nah, I'm looking at it right now on Steam.
Yeah,
I am gonna get it eventually.
I am gonna get both those games, but yeah, I thought Miles Morales was only on PS5. That actually, thank you for helping my night. I'm probably gonna go buy that soon. Yeah, I didn't know that was on PS4.
He's just afraid of his PS5 catching fire.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw, but Xbox is already catching fire. The new ones. They were
well, that was already debunked, but they are having issues though.
I figured it was debunked, but it's still funny. It's still funny to see them smoking like that.
Yeah.
Did you see what it was debunked as?
What, people were like a grill inside?
No, people were literally vaping into it, and then
they were blowing it into the exhaust port to the bottom, and then watching it rise up through the console.
That's pretty funny.
And because of how the airflow works in there, it literally like sits there for almost a minute straight.
Xbox tweeted it out to debunk it, and they were like, "I can't believe we have to say this, but please don't blow vape smoke into your Xbox."
But PS5, well, both consoles already having issues. Like one of the probably my favorite reviewer on YouTube, ACG, is like Angry Centaur Gaming. He always does the like buy, rent, or wait for sale, stuff like that. And he was I forgot what game he was supposed to review, but literally like days after he got his PS5, where he's supposed to review a PS5 game, he literally said, "Hey, I don't know how, but my brand new PS5 just died, and gonna postpone the review for now." So it's not some like BS conspiracy. PS5s are also dying just randomly, especially if a big reviewer that they sent one to review died right off the bat.
So well, I mean, that usually happens with the next gen consoles. They break down like within the first year until they can get stuff under control and everything.
So holding up until they at least do an enhanced version, or like at least until they figure out all the software problems. So I mean, it's going to be within the next 6 months most likely that I get one, but
gotta wait till they come out with the PS5 2.
Yeah, I mean that's inevitable.
Ultra.
Dude. Well, they're all excited for Xbox and PS5, but when the PC 2 launches, it's game over.
Yeah, if the internet was so good, how come there isn't an internet 2? That's all I'm saying.
Oh my god, dude. These are like Reddit memes all over again.
Oh yeah, I'm not a Redditor, by the way, so I didn't know that.
I am a Redditor. I browse Reddit. I never post though. I'm one of those.
I don't even browse Reddit anymore. I just
browse a ton of like hentai subreddits at this point. Honestly, like that's literally all it is. It's another like porn dump for me at this point.
I'm a Twitter guy. I'd like to say that's a better thing, but it's probably not. It's filled with a lot of pretentious people. I'm sorry if you guys are from Twitter listening to this, but you guys probably agree. a lot of people with sticks up their ass, and
entitlement,
and well, I was going to throw some shade, but never mind.
Throw some shade. Do it.
No, I actually want to hear tell his topic.
Oh my god,
that he mentioned before we were recording.
Oh yeah, I almost segued into it when we were talking about Darling in the Franxx, but which animes were made decent or good only because of the girl in the anime?
Quintessential Quintuplets is a good show though, I think.
But Miku makes it a top tier show.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a bad show. It just elevates it to another level.
By the way, this topic came into my mind as I was watching the newest episode of Fire Force, and Maki was in the shower.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
that made the whole season right there.
That is true. Are you serious? What about the Joker fight?
I mean, to be fair, I don't think anything will top Maki taking a fucking shower, Jake.
Yeah,
that is true. But I mean, like Joker and Benimata.
Oh, hey,
dude, she was flexing her muscles in the shower, like showing off. I mean,
hey, I have a question for you. Who's better, Tamaki or Maki?
Tamaki.
This is why he's allergic to cats, and he still goes for cats.
Wait, what did you say, Jake?
Maki. It's easy.
Good. What about you, Tel?
I would have to say Maki.
Good. See, these are all men of fine taste.
They're all fucking cowards. Tamaki, you guys are just scared of fan service.
I'm not scared of fan service.
Like Maki does fan service and she beats ass.
Like what more do you?
All Tamaki does is cry, lose her bra, and then lose fights.
Wait. Yep. What was the question? Girl Jake or like character in general? Like,
I mean, mainly. I mean, I guess if you want to swing that way, if you got like a husband.
So hold on, I'm saying like, is it based on character, or just like the show was only good because they were a waifu? Like,
yes, the second one.
Okay, god damn it.
The show was only good because there was a good top tier waifu in there.
I was
gonna Darling in the Franxx and 0-2.
I was gonna throw this into
fuck off.
My I was gonna throw this into my Steins Gate slander.
I'm gonna throw shade at it.
I was gonna say that Steins Gate is only good because of Okabe, and I mean I can partially stand by that. It is mostly good because of Okabe.
Is she that
That's the main character. No.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess for wife. Fuck. I can't think of a specific one.
I'm trying to think of a show that's carried by one girl.
Rem.
There you go. Yeah.
They're all
all of ReZero is trash. Only Rem's good.
Rem is all you need. Have you seen that speech? Have you heard that speech? Heartfelt.
I think we've all seen that speech, Jake.
Yes.
Okay, I will swing the opposite direction. The only reason I like Oregairu is I'm gonna have to find his name. Yes, it is a he. It is a trap in the show, but that is the only reason I'm okay with that show. Let me look at their name real quick.
I need to look at my mail.
What about all of the Fate series?
From who?
I don't think people consider Fate bad.
From
Fate is not bad. It's freaking beautiful.
Actually, I guess even though I haven't seen it, but I literally heard that the only like redeemable part about Fate, what the fuck was it? Whatever arc has Astolfo, they said Astolfo was literally the only good part about that entire season. Apocrypha.
Well,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it wasn't done by Ufotable, so that's why.
Okay. Yeah, they said that was the only redeeming part of it.
Have their name Saika Tatsuka from Oregairu. That is probably the only character I actually like in the fucking show. Everybody else, Yukino, I'm sorry, one of the worst fucking waifus. She single-handedly, in the opposite direction of your question, Tell, brings that show down.
I'm surprised they haven't said My Little Monster.
I don't like anybody in My Little Monster. Not a single fucking person. That show's a 1. I dropped it. I'm going to probably drop it to a 0.5, and I don't even believe in 0.5s, but that show is fucking terrible. That show is awful.
You need to do a rewatch.
I'm not rewatching that show.
I think you do.
I'm never rewatching that show. And the same thing with Oregairu. I just don't understand how people like that fucking show. It's like there's nothing going for it. I don't know. It's the opposite. Like, at least with Evo, people try to pretend it's the deepest thing ever, but there's a lot of deep themes. Oregairu has the most surface level fucking themes in existence, and people pretend like it's saying a lot. So,
but that's why it is saying a lot, because it's saying so little.
Well, no, I mean, the main character is just a fucking incel for no reason, and then has a martyr complex and doesn't even do a martyr complex right. Like I said, I hate to compare it to Shonen, but I mean, Gitogi is a good example of a martyr complex. But like, because it's, I don't know, it's the same thing with him, like with the Shinji thing. I know I'm going on a tangent, but the same thing with the main character, Oregairu. He has the same thing where he learns a lesson and then reverts back to the same thing. Except he pisses me off. Shinji, I was okay with doing that considering the gravity of the situation. Hachiman has no fucking reason to do anything he does. And he does it anyways. So, yeah, there's my Oregairu Slender. Fuck that show. I would fuck the trap in there, though. Not homo. I'm not gay. But
yeah. I mean, traps aren't gay, though. We've established that.
That's true. I know, but that's another question. Are traps gay, you guys? I know they're not.
There's a whole video debunking that theory. Could you use the art of Schrodinger's Schlong?
There's an Animaniacs shout out there.
Exactly. He says Schrodinger's Schlong states that, because when you look at a trap, you think it's a female. It's like, so if you're thinking that there's a dick, then chances are there could be a dick. But if you're not sitting there thinking that there's a dick, then there is no dick until you move the skirt and then there is a dick. It's like, but to get to that point, it's not gay because the dick is there and not there simultaneously. It's a very scientific video. You should check it out.
What I was even saying, like, to defend traps aren't gay before, like, I even saw that video, so I'm glad he, like, solidified that.
Exactly. He used hard facts and science. He made 3 different videos fighting for the good fight.
Well, I found your question interesting, Tel, so I actually did want to turn that into the opposite direction of, like, where I was saying, is there a show where, like, a character is just so, like, absurdly clear of everybody else? Like it could be a good show with a good cast, but there is one character that just stands out completely from the rest of the cast.
Definitely.
Could this be a plot point?
Parasite by a fucking country mile. Because everyone else in Parasite is a mindless idiot, except for the main character in Miki.
Well, that girl that died, I mean, mind you, she was mindless and an idiot, but I liked her. The camera girl, the one that should have been with Shinichi.
Yeah.
A good show that could have had so much more praise until the ending. The anime ending, I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, fucking Bokuben, you mean?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck that show.
It was
but what character are you talking about in there? Fumino?
No, not Fumino. What was the tan girl?
No, I'm saying good character. I'm not talking about bad. Like they're far and away the best. Yeah, Uraraka, I'm sorry.
Fumino.
Yeah, I mean, Fumino, they're all good characters in that show. I'm talking more of, this might offend you, Jake, but like I said earlier, Steins Gate. I think Okabe is just unbelievably clear of the rest of the fucking cast and makes that show a 9, basically. if he's gone basically, or like if he like was a slightly different character, I don't think that show would be nearly as good as it was. And Steins Gate Zero is also better than Steins Gate, and that's mostly because it's just Okabe suffering, and I like that a lot. And I like Kurisu and all that, but I don't think she's like a fantastic character. She's more of like a vehicle for Okabe to like his motivations. She exists solely for Okabe to push forward, I think. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And then just one more one that I had in mind. Fucking Christ. Hoseki no Kuni. It is a fantastic cast, but Foss and I've just seen the anime too, and I'm gonna probably read the manga this weekend, but I'm like not lying when I say this. Foss is one of the best protagonists I've ever seen. They're genderless. We're a safe space here again. Like I said, we respect pronouns. They are a fantastic protagonist.
Just says she still.
I think I did. I mean, I view it as she's. They have a female voice actor. They look like a chick, but yeah. They like stand out completely, like just from the rest of the cast. I know some people say Eren is like the equivalent in Attack on Titan, but I haven't read the manga, and I think Attack on Titan still has a very fantastic cast. Again, I don't think Eren's going to be like this 15 out of 10 character people are saying, but I hope I'm proving wrong. So
yeah, I can't really think of one, and honestly, like I love all the characters from the show, but I guess main Abyss. But I guess it's also not fair because the other two of the cast don't really get development because the whole point is trying to find out what's going on with them. But Nanachi to me is like superior to the of the trio by a country mile. So, but
I think Bondrewd is better than
well, I was gonna say of the main cast. That's what I was saying. Bondrewd is by far like the best character, at least so far. Even though he has not really developed, he's just.
Well, he doesn't need development.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's probably the greatest antagonist, and like I said, he doesn't need development. You learn why he's so fucked up, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm fucked up."
Yeah.
And then they go through that arc, and it is a fantastic arc. Tell, you've seen the movie, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but I've read through the manga, so I already know everything.
Okay, so you already know the whole elephant arc.
He already knows the cartridges.
So you already know about Best Dead.
Yes.
There you go.
You got to watch it in movie form. I'm telling you.
Oh, I know. It's on the few of the. I mean, I've been needing to catch up on everything, but that's one of them that's high up on my list.
It's legitimately probably my favorite anime movie, and easily the best anime that's come out this year. And I know it's a movie, but it's the best anime that's come out this year.
It's still season 2.
Without a doubt.
Season 1.5.
Yeah,
because it's a continuation movie. I mean, you know that, and I'm sure the listeners hopefully know that. Yeah, if you're a Made in Abyss fan, you haven't seen the movie or read the manga arc, watch the movie. It is a continuation, and the season 2 is going to continue from there. So watch it. But
I can't wait for the next arc. Where happy things actually start to happen. Where
yes,
yeah, it's a very heartfelt arc.
It's just cheers, joy, just laughter everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the first panel is a fucking child being taken advantage of by the ship.
Come on, dude! Don't let's keep it up to the readers for interpretation.
True. I didn't say what they were doing with it. I said that they were just having fun.
Did you have an answer, Till, for a standout character?
I've been looking and thinking, but I hadn't really been able to think of anything.
Does nobody stand out to you in One Piece? Because I know you just caught up in that. You're gonna be the One Piece guy now.
Info just like me with Gintama.
I mean, to be fair, I also like a lot of the characters in One Piece. It's just to me, One Piece. What the fuck, Luffy?
It's hard
and Zoro.
to say there's a standout character in One Piece because they're all really good. I mean, Luffy's my top, Sanji's next, but I don't know if I could say that one is over the top of any of the others.
I am trying to think of one more. Subaru, easily ReZero. Easily. I love the whole ReZero cast, but Subaru, like I said, is one of my favorite protagonists ever. His spot's in danger when I finish Hoseki no Kuni, because Foss might take that over, but Subaru I still think stands out extremely heavily from the rest of the fucking cast. So.
Nope, I forgot to fill out this form.
I think you guys
stuff at the same time.
It just went silent there. I think you guys just didn't like that I said Subaru is a top protagonist. I know Jake didn't. Doesn't agree with me.
Sorry, I'm slowly on my way to your house right now.
No,
I still don't know why you guys disagree with that. I mean,
he's wave dashing to your house.
Like, he's my third favorite protagonist behind Gintoki and Araragi. I mean, that's a very hard mountain to topple, to be fair. But I still think Subaru is sitting in third, very clearly. I think he is a fantastic protagonist. Yeah. So I guess I'm trying to think of more like standout characters, but a lot of my favorite series are all like Monogatari is a standout cast in general because they're all so fucking phenomenal that not a single one of them stands out from each other, even though Kaiki is the best character. But
let's see. Sorry, I'm still doing stuff. I forgot I told my command I was going to send out some paperwork tonight.
Yeah,
so I'm still part of this conversation, but I'm multitasking.
I'm sure. I mean, I just realized we forgot to mention this, but Javian is gone. But we replaced him with another black guy who's also in the Navy today. Navy. I'm sorry. Javian's in the Army. Tyler's in the Navy.
How dare you compare me?
So, I mean, we just replaced one military black guy with another. Javian.
Army doesn't count. They're fake military. Your fan base can quote me on that. Just kidding. Just lose half your fan base after that.
Over here throwing shit at the Army. You're gonna have the whole command after the Navy. We're gonna have like internal struggles now.
Exactly.
It's like that. I'm looking at my manga shelf and just trying to look at series that I have and figure out which one I could choose. I don't want to say Gintama either because, like I said, Gintoki is fucking fantastic. But holy shit, everybody else on that show is fantastic.
But can he beat Goku?
He probably can beat Goku.
That's facts. Can beat
and
Goku.
I guess that brings me to that show because honestly, I can't think of great characters I love, but I think Vegeta is a far superior character than anybody else in the fucking show.
Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
you're not wrong in that.
I was gonna say because honestly, like every other character is just a blank archetype of themselves. Vegeta is like the only character that has development.
I have a rival to that. I have a huge bias towards Frieza, so I think
Frieza I guess, yeah, it's up there too. But they're like the only two characters that like undergo.
Zamasu is easily the best villain in Dragon Ball, though. So, and probably one of the
not
best
that ending though.
I mean, that wasn't his fault. No, it's just bad writing.
But yeah, it's like every other character is like Piccolo's just become stepfather. Goku's still, but I guess the official dad. Gohan's worthless at this point. Else besides Goku and Vegeta are pretty much worthless at this point.
I'm glad that you brought up Dragon Ball because I actually did. I made a tweet today and I was talking about how much I fucking hate. I'm sure you've seen the hood Dragon Ball drawings. Love them wearing the Bape jackets and then holding a cup of lean. I wanted to get you guys' opinions on that. I don't know if I'm alone. Some people are telling me like, oh well, it's because it's just cool seeing these characters drawn like in clothing that we wear every day. But I'm like, no, but they're tatted out and have fucking lean, and then there's edits of them
exactly. It's like I was gonna say, it's like you saying you walk around with a cup of lean every day.
So like I don't that just fills me with an indescribable rage. Like, and when I see it, I'm just like, who the fuck made this? I just want to talk.
I think I sent it to you. There was this like phone app where they like drew a discount Goku, but yeah, he had like tattoos on his face. It was holding like a cup of lean, but it wasn't Goku, quote unquote. It was for this like mobile phone game, and everyone was like, not only did you just shamelessly rip off Goku, you drew him like this. It's like that's just next level bullshittery.
I just don't know why Dragon Ball is like itself is subject to that because I love seeing anime characters drawn in street clothing and like regular designer clothes and stuff like that. It's just when it happens to Dragon Ball, it just pisses me off. I don't know. Even if the art itself is like objectively like drawn good, I just hate it.
I think because Dragon Ball hits such a big demographic, you're bound to get shit like that.
But that's the only fan art I ever see. I don't see regular fan art. Is what I mean. I don't see regular.
I'm pretty sure you'll see like Naruto fan art the same thing.
I mean, it's more of like Naruto fan art edited with like hood stuff in the background. It's never them like drawn with Air Force Ones and then gold chains. Like, and then there's regular Naruto drawings too because what are they, the Katsuki or whatever? They actually look dope.
Yeah.
So I mean, people just draw them regularly, but no.
They have actual, they have an actual clothing line. No. Yeah. Or they did a clothing collab with I forgot what like super big name company, but they had like an Akatsuki jacket that was like $2,000.
They did one with Guess, I think, or Coach or something like that.
It was Coach because Guess it wouldn't be that much. Like Guess is expensive, but it ain't that expensive. I got a Guess P coat for $80. Yeah,
I know. Like I say, it just bothers me with that. I don't know. You've seen them, right, Till? Like those drawings, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they just bug me when I see that. Like even like in other like anime characters, like I've even seen like I think you sent a Taiga one tell like of her wearing a Supreme jacket. I was like, so I'm not even like a fan of it, but that didn't piss me off. I was just like, oh, that's a thing. No, but when I see Kid Goku running around in a Supreme jacket and then high tops, I'm just like, why?
Yeah, I genuinely enjoy most of them. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of them as long as it's done well.
Kick him out.
Yeah, I think they're swiggity swag, so I don't think there's a problem with them.
And I just find them more cringy. Like I've just seen them so much. I don't know.
I mean, they're definitely cringe, but some of them are good. The good kind of cringe.
I think some of them are drawn well, like I said, but that doesn't mean I think they're good. But yeah, I don't know. It just happens like when it does that series. Some of my favorite artists even like draw characters in like their own clothing, and then I think it looks cool like that. But maybe it's just the lean or like seeing like Goku and Vegeta just holding guns. I'm like, why? Or I saw an edit today that made them black for some reason, and they were wearing visors. I was like, okay, man.
I always laugh when I see that too. I was like, you got people that can blow up a planet by shitting hard enough, but they gotta fucking walk around with a Glock. That like that's gonna be the problem or deal with the problem. Which I mean, I guess technically it could. Because Resurrection F decided to make Goku die to a fucking gunshot to the chest, whatever.
Yeah, it was really stupid. I'm not gonna lie.
That was probably my least favorite moment in all of Dragon Ball history. Like I turned into one of those stupid ass Dragon Ball fanboys. They're like, Goku can't die to nothing. Because like they go through the whole movie. It's like I've ascended past a god. You can't beat me, Frieza. And then Frieza's like, hey, shoot this guy, and then just a fucking little laser goes to his chest. He just somehow is on the verge of death. All right, cool. It's like he survived much worse. He got hit with lasers 800 times the size of that before, but fuck me. So,
but were they at his heart?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have at some point. Like, pretty sure he's been punched through the damn heart too. Actually, yeah, fucking.
The two things that can kill Goku. The two things that can kill Goku are finger laser and heart disease. We all know this.
Exactly.
Killed him once, kill him again.
Exactly. Hell yeah, fucking Goku Black stabbed him in the heart and then dragged him up a building. And it still didn't do as much damage as that stupid ass laser did.
That was pretty sick though.
Yeah, it was a sick part. Like honestly.
Part. Yeah.
But even then Goku's just like, oh shit, that gotta hurt. He did like collapse on the ground. It's like in the fucking Resurrection F movie.
Now you're making me remember the Goku Black arc. Like that was such a good arc until the end.
Yeah. I genuinely love that arc.
Oh, it's apparently I missed the actual ending because I thought it ended. Yeah, I found out about what happened because I was like watching some like recap YouTube videos, and yeah, I was like after he got cut in half and exploded. And shit, I was like, all right, cool, there goes that arc. But then yeah, like I guess I should have realized I didn't finish it because I didn't see Beer's Hakai, Zamasu yet.
Yeah, he Hakai'd him long before that though.
Yeah.
In the present timeline.
Yeah, he Hakai'd him before they actually even got to the major fight. Actually,
so I thought that was after.
No,
because that's when they're trying to go back and like tie up loose ends, I guess. But then
But then yeah, like after they actually fought him.
Okay, but then yeah, I watched past that then. But yeah, and then like after he died, he just turned into the universe. I guess I was like, okay, apparently I missed this whole thing. Cause that's where the second Senno came from. Cause I was wondering, I was like, why are there two? But whatever. But yeah, I apparently missed the actual end to the arc because the arc didn't know when to end itself. So,
well, I actually thought of one more topic. I remember this was happening with Nux. I think I sent it to you, Taylor. I don't know if you saw it, Jake and Tail. Some stupid ass Twitter drama, but people were getting on him for one of his more recent videos discussing politics and anime. This might be a weird discussion. But yeah, they were jumping down his throat because he was being his annoying character, which mind you, like, I'm not a gigantic Nux fan. I don't dislike the guy. I just don't watch his videos that much. But people are getting mad at him for saying that racism isn't political. But on the same thing, though, he's talking about racism in anime. So what the fuck does politics have to do with any of that? But of course, they're getting mad at him for saying that. Turning into this big old controversy. And reason I'm saying this is because one of those the main ringleader of doing that is also on Twitter. I'm not going to name him by name. He's doing a podcast. You guys can go listen to that if you want, by the way. But yeah, I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Like, do you think that you have to have a serious, like, you have to be totally serious about when you're talking about serious topics? I think.
Well,
I don't.
I watched the guy's video too, and he didn't even really say that. He literally said he just doesn't like talking about topics like that because they're not fun, whatever. But then, like, yeah, people blew it out of proportion, took out of context, saying, "Oh, he doesn't like talking about these situations, blah blah blah," or it's like he's not taking these as seriously. But he literally said, "He's like, I don't like talking about politics or racism or none of that stuff." He's like, not saying that's not serious stuff, but it's just not fun topic to talk about, and that's not what my channel is about. Because yeah, he like started one of his videos like making that statement, and then people just kind of blew it up.
It was a minute into, and then the poster was like, "This is how he started his video." I'm like, "That's not." It was a minute in, and I was like, and he said racism and political. Which, by the way, as me and Tyler are both black, and we know what racism is, I do not think racism is political at all.
Yeah, it's not a political. Like I said, politics is different.
It's
like people like to mix racism into politics, especially given current situations, but it's not. It's not the same thing.
It's more of a social thing.
That's exactly. It's a social issue more than that. But like, I just got mad at the notion that like you have to be dead serious when talking about like serious issues. It's like you can inject humor into things. It's like, why the fuck are people clicking on the next video? And then he is like, "All right, guys, I want to talk about a serious issue today. Not going to be talking about humor," and then like not being his character or whatever. Because what the fuck, that would make no sense. I get disliking him. He's fucking annoying half the time. And I do get that. Like, if you dislike him, then just don't watch him. I don't know why this has turned into drama, and it happens with a bunch of YouTubers and other people too. It's like if they're not dead serious with what they're saying, then they're going to try to get canceled. And I don't understand that mindset. I don't understand why that happens. And people think they're too highly of themselves, really. And like they're like, because when he got called out on it, I mean, the poster, he was just basically saying, he's like, "Look at him, he's just being a coward and not wanting to address politics." And I'm like, well, it's not politics. This isn't an issue, man. So I don't know. I just was bothered by that. Figured I'd get in at the end in case people are listening and we're going to be bored early on. If you guys were dropping out now, because we're talking about
politics. I don't know. But I think when people start talking about politics, I feel like most people are not really qualified to even talk about them because they don't know all the stuff that goes behind the scenes.
Most people that are upset about the topics they're talking about actually have no experience in said topics.
And which makes it like
it's like the whole concept with racism or segregation or hell, even like political hierarchy, even money. It's like those don't affect people at all. It's like people getting mad about tax brackets when they will never see that tax inflation when they will never see the tax bracket in their life for the part that's getting inflated, or they're saying, "Oh, it's like racism doesn't exist because they never experience it," or vice versa, where they're like, "Oh, this happens all the fucking time. I should know because my my best friend's daddy's stepfather is black too." I'm just like, no, it's just stuff like that where they try to remotely associate themselves with it, but they have zero experience in it. They just want to be part of a conversation at the time.
Yeah.
No, you don't. I agree that you don't have to be serious with politics or racism or anything like that. I mean, it totally depends on what kind of context you're getting into it. If you're in like a jokey mood or whatever you're trying to say when you're talking about it, that definitely depends. But I mean, I can think of 2 examples with you guys when when I took y'all over to my grandmother's house to go eat dinner one time. You were asking me and you turned serious. You were like, "Hey, are you sure it's okay if we go over there? Is your grandma racist? Like, we're black, That's not the way you said it, but at the time you were being serious about it, which I found hilarious. My grandmother is not racist whatsoever, and it just caught me off guard. And then we joked about it for the next hour. So, I mean, it totally depends on what you're trying to get by, what you're trying to say with everything.
Well, I'd just like to reiterate, it was about racism in anime, aka fictional racism, as in, like, I wasn't talking about real world racism. It was talking about like, there. I think it was talking about both like how there's like lack of representation and then like racism between like actual species and stuff inside anime. So I was like, so it's not even like that serious of a fucking video. But I don't know, people got mad at it. Like I said, I just think like, and on the broader spectrum, I don't think you need to like, especially if you're a YouTuber or like a thing. Why the fuck would you just change to a serious tone when you already have a character and people tune into you for something else? I was like, because you're not going to get your message across if you just be dead serious. I think it's better if you stay in character and then, inject some humor into it, because it shouldn't be all fucking doom and gloom anytime you talk about anything serious. But
thanks for telling us the rest of the question.
That's right.
Yeah.
The rest of the question. Oh, what do you mean?
Yeah, you never said that.
You never said it was like racism in anime.
No,
you didn't give us that context.
I promised you. I
politics.
promised you. I said racism anime. I just never.
No, you did
specified that it
not.
was fictional
No, you
racism.
did not. Did
Again,
he say that?
I am editing this, Jake. I proved you wrong the last 3 fucking weeks. I'm gonna prove you wrong again.
He said racism in anime, but then he didn't give us the context.
Well, I'm aware. That's why.
And you turned the story after you said racism.
I literally just mentioned that. I said I didn't clarify it, so I clarified it. I'm understanding. I don't know why you guys are jumping on me. I clarified that.
You gotta be on your toes.
Hey, so your racism in anime. I think the anime that has tackled racism the best is Ruby, by far.
Yeah, there are racism in that show. They just handle it flawlessly.
Exactly.
The Faunus, man.
The Faunus and White Fang, where they actually managed to make the anti-racist group look like terrorists. And of course, it's like, did you ever watch that video where a guy was talking about like how they managed to make a big political statement and then managed to make it the most racist thing possible?
Yeah.
Whereas the group that's fighting, it's like a group that's fighting against oppression and like racism, because that's the whole reason they're oppressed is because they look different. They're just labeled as terrorists even by the main characters, and the main characters are going on killing sprees against these quote unquote bad guys, even though they're literally just trying to fight for social equality. But it's just playing like butt metal in the background, and all the characters like, yeah, fuck the Faunus. I was like, all right, it's kind of fucked up, but whatever. But yeah, like I said, Ruby, best themes and writing of any show ever.
And on that note, Ruby, best anime. We can go ahead and segue into our closing things like usual. What have we been watching, reading, boys? And I can start, I guess. Again, like I said, fuck you, Tail. Caught up on Eva. Finished it all. I haven't seen the rebuilds. I plan on watching those though. Like I said, and I really enjoyed Eva. I know we were slandering it for a bit. Do enjoy the show a lot. Probably just the funniest part to me is that the thing I enjoyed the least was the plot, but I think the characters were great. Themes were great. Animation is flawless. OST was fucking top notch. Everything about it was great. I actually haven't caught up in seasonals. Just realized that. But I do plan on probably watching those tomorrow and then catching up on Hoseki no Kuni this weekend. So, what about you boys?
Well, I finally started getting back. I mean, I know I mentioned last week that I had finished One Piece, so I was going to start that anime grind again. And I've caught up on a couple of seasonals, not everything, but Fire Force, as I mentioned before, started catching up on that one. I know there was like 2 or 3 more in there, but I can't remember them right now, because I started back on my Gintama grind, and that has taken over my mind, and I now realize I'm going to stay behind on all the seasonals I still am behind on, because Gintama is going to come first.
Fuck yeah.
He's about to get to that Guardian Dog arc.
Yeah, I'm beginning the Guardian Dog arc.
Personal favorite arc of mine.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah.
Wait, why am I... Sorry, I'm still looking at my like Navy stuff. I'm applying for a new billet, but it's acting like I still belong to Bahrain, even though I belong to Mississippi. But continue.
All right. So I started watching Tonikawa. I don't know if I said that last week. I did catch up on that. I caught up on that. Really love the show so far. It's really cute. Not realistic, but very cute. Also started watching Adachi Shimamura. It's a Yuri, and it's kind of fun to watch. Recommend it for all you guys. It's a romance between 2 schoolgirls. That's all I have to say.
Is it better than Citrus, though?
Citrus is a different animal. That's something you watch when it's 3 a.m.
With the family, right?
With the family.
With the boys.
No, with the boys. You don't want to do that with the boys.
We already watched it together, though.
Well, I mean, me and Teo did watch it.
Yeah,
I just remember.
You can tell I wasn't a part of it.
Oh, you weren't there. Okay.
I
It was
wasn't
me,
there.
you, and Javian. And Javian isn't here to tell the tale. But it's
But no, I've been just caught up on all this season. I've been watching Black Clover, Fire Force, Haiku, Jujutsu Kaisen, all those shows. I've been caught up. I plan on like doing 2 more shows on the season though. I just don't know what. And then I'm probably gonna finish Kakushigi Goto probably this week as well.
what about you, Tyler?
I've been watching that much anime. Honestly, it's like
Just watching the Navy.
Exactly the best anime they were created. Honestly, the Navy feels like an anime half the time with the logic, but the only one I've actually watched recently is Neon Genesis. The other ones before that were I was just rewatching them so I can show them to my friend because I had my friend watch Made in Abyss. I showed them Promised Neverland, and then that became their favorite anime ever. Which I mean, it's a good choice, but I mean, I guess it's not a hard benchmark to beat since the previous favorite anime of all time was Tokyo Ghoul. So
that's in fucking that their standards are in hell. So.
Exactly.
Raise them up.
Yeah, like Love Her to Pieces, but a lot of her favorite anime are like the stereotypical anime that everyone loves because they never watch other shows. Yeah. She has Full Metal Alchemist tattoos on her. She has One Punch Man merchandise everywhere. Yeah, stuff like that. And yeah, she has a whole bunch of art of Kaneki or Kaneki or whatever the heck ever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I showed her like a show with actually good writing, and that like blew her mind. So she's like, "Oh my god, I never knew anime can like tell stories like this." I was like, "Really?" It's like I never knew you can feel something like this out of watching just a show. I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like you need to watch other shows then.
Yeah, no. Get her on the Arrow Manga Sensei grind.
Oh, she'll feel something, all right.
She'll feel something.
I was actually gonna show her. What the heck was it? Was it Demon Slayer? Because I'm like, all right, if she just likes a stupid, like shonen, fun, good-looking characters, shit like that, like this whole Tokyo Ghoul thing. Honestly, if she likes Tokyo Ghoul, she'll like Demon Slayer. I kind of put them in the same camp. I just like Demon Slayer much better. So even though they're completely different shows, I just think the type of people that really enjoy Tokyo Ghoul would like Demon Slayer. I don't know. I get very similar vibes.
Heads.
Yeah.
Uncultured.
Exactly. Which I mean, I'm so excited for the Demon Slayer movie. I don't know. I just have mild distaste towards Demon Slayer mainly because of the community jumping on last second and then showering it with every reward under the sun. Even though like it's a great show, but it didn't really deserve all the rewards it got.
It didn't get recognition until episode 19.
Yeah, exactly. And until Ninja tweeted out it was the best anime.
Oh yeah, fucking Ninja.
But yeah, I mean, like honestly, that's the whole reason I got into it because people wouldn't shut the fuck up about episode 19. And I admit it's a really good fucking episode. It's a beautiful episode. But because everyone got into it in that one episode, it was winning awards for like best anime of the decade, best animation of the decade, beating out all these shows that deserved it infinitely better. Like, it fucking best animation of the decade, it managed to beat out Mob Psycho and One Punch Man Season 1. And I'm just like, that makes no fucking sense. I was like, this one scene from fucking Demon Slayer is essentially the entirety of One Punch Man Season 1. It's like, that's just how good the first season looked.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I like it. I just have bias towards it because now everyone and their mother just thinks of it as like the holy grail of anime. So.
And on that note, Demon Slayer is the best anime of all time. So
I thought it was Ruby.
You hear that from? Well, we jump around here. Just as fast
exactly.
as Demon Slayer fans do.
We're those type of anime fans.
But
Demon bandwagoners now.
But yeah, well, that was the episode, guys. Thank you for listening. As always, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and YouTube, all at Anime Safe Space. We're also on Twitter at Anime Safe Space, and drop us a follow there. Best way to support us as right now. And we're looking to get more guests going on in the next coming weeks. So we're starting with Tyler here. Like I said, he's most anticipated one. I think the bar is set a little too high right now, but hopefully the next guest coming on Deep,
So
who, dude?
I'm just gonna warn you guys that your female viewers is gonna jump up about 500%.
So from 0 to 0.
No, I mean, hey, you're again, you keep disrespecting us. I think we have 12% female viewers, which was actually a big shocker to me. But
really,
there you go.
yeah, we have a very
me the
decent amount of
stats.
female viewers. But and if the female viewers keep listening to us, again, follow us on Spotify, follow us on all the other podcasting platforms.
Ethan is single.
I'll have my dog.
But he likes men because he's a fanboy.
But yep, again, thank you guys. Thank you for listening. Any other thoughts, boys?
No.
All right. Well then, again, as always, love you guys. Full homo.
What?